What if I told you that talent is a lie? Not completely false, but dangerously misunderstood. Because somewhere right now, there's someone less gifted than you, quietly outworking you, outgrowing you, and eventually outperforming you. And you won't even see it coming. This is not a story about talent. This is a story about how ordinary people become extraordinary, on purpose. Imagine a young boy sitting at a piano. At first, his fingers are clumsy. The notes sound broken. He hesitates, makes mistakes, repeats the same lines again and again. Now imagine another boy. He touches the piano and somehow it flows, smooth, natural, effortless. Who do you think will become great? Most people would bet on the second boy, but life doesn't work that way. Because greatness is not born in moments of ease. It is forged in moments of struggle. And this is where most people quit. Let me ask you something. Have you ever started something new? Gym, studies, a skill, maybe even your YouTube journey, and felt excited at first. But then, it got hard? You slowed down. You started doubting yourself. You told yourself, maybe I'm just not made for this. That voice is the biggest lie you will ever hear. Because what you felt wasn't failure. It was growth. There is a concept that separates average people from the best in the world. It's not motivation. It's not passion. It's not even intelligence. It's something much less glamorous and much more powerful. It's the ability to practice in a way that feels uncomfortable. Not just doing something again and again, but pushing yourself into the zone where you are almost failing. Think about that. Not success, not perfection, almost failure. Picture a man trying to improve his running. If he runs at the same comfortable speed every day, he will improve a little. But if he pushes himself to the edge, where breathing becomes heavy, muscles burn, and quitting feels tempting, that's where real change happens. That edge is where transformation lives, and most people avoid it. Because it feels ugly, it feels slow, it feels frustrating. But that's exactly why it works. You see, your brain is not designed to grow when things are easy. It grows when it is challenged, when it struggles, when it makes mistakes and corrects them. That's when your brain rewires itself. That's when you become better. But here's the problem. We hate feeling bad at something. We want quick wins. We want results that make us feel good instantly. And when we don't get them, we quit. Let's be honest. You don't quit because you're lazy. You quit because your mind is protecting you from discomfort. It whispers things like, "This is too hard. You're not talented enough. Others are better." And slowly, you start believing it. But what if those thoughts are not truth? What if they are just resistance? Think about a child learning to walk. They fall again and again, hundreds of times. But they don't say, maybe walking isn't for me. They keep going because they don't judge themselves. They don't attach failure to identity. They just try again. Somewhere along the way, we lost that mindset. We started fearing mistakes. We started protecting our ego. And in doing so, we stopped growing. Now imagine if you approached your goals differently. Instead of asking, am I good at this? You asked, how can I get slightly better today? Not perfect, not the best, just a little better every day. Because improvement is not a leap. It's a quiet, consistent climb. Let me tell you something uncomfortable. The people you admire, the ones who seem naturally talented, most of them are not doing magic. They are doing something very specific. They are practicing with intention. They break skills into smaller parts. They focus on their weaknesses. They repeat the hard parts, not the easy ones. And they do it even when it's boring. Especially when it's boring. Because boredom is a sign that you are doing real work, not flashy work, not exciting work. Real work. The kind that builds mastery. Think of a cricketer practicing. Does he only play matches? No. He practices specific shots, again and again. He corrects his mistakes. He analyzes. He refines. That's how he becomes reliable under pressure, because he has already struggled in practice. Here's something powerful. When you struggle during practice, you suffer less during performance. But when you avoid struggle in practice, you suffer more when it matters. Let's bring this to your life. Maybe you want to crack MPPSC. Maybe you want to build a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to achieve financial freedom early. Whatever your goal is, the path is the same. You don't rise by doing what's easy, you rise by doing what's necessary. And here's the twist. The goal is not to feel motivated all the time, because motivation fades. The goal is to build a system where you show up anyway, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress feels invisible, even when results are slow, because consistency beats intensity. Every single time. Let me paint a picture. Two people start preparing for an exam. One studies 10 hours for a week, then burns out. The other studies 3 hours daily. For months, who wins? The one who stayed, the one who showed up, the one who didn't rely on mood. Now here's where it gets deeper. Growth is not just physical or skill-based, it's psychological. Every time you push through discomfort, you're not just improving your skill, you're changing your identity. You start seeing yourself differently, not as someone who tries, but as someone who finishes. And identity is everything. Because once you believe you are someone who doesn't quit, quitting becomes harder. Let me ask you something again. What's that one thing you've been avoiding? That one goal you keep postponing? That skill you want to learn but never start seriously? What if the only thing standing between you and that goal is your relationship with discomfort? Because success is not about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well and repeatedly. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the most talented. You just need to be willing to stay in the struggle longer than others. To practice when it's hard. To continue when it's boring. To improve when no one is watching. And yes, it will feel slow. It will feel like nothing is changing. But one day, you will look back and realize how far you've come. Not because of one big moment, but because of hundreds of small ones. Because greatness is not built in a day. It is built daily, quietly, patiently, relentlessly. So the next time you feel like quitting, pause and ask yourself, is this really my limit or just my discomfort? Because your limit is much further than you think. And remember this. Talent might open the door, but effort keeps it open. And deliberate, focused practice. That's what takes you to the top. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. And more importantly, you need to continue. Because in the end, the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards persistence. So step into the discomfort. Stay there a little longer and watch who you become. Because the person you're capable of becoming is waiting on the other side of effort.